Welcome to my channel Young and the Restless Official, where you can get news about. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow, and I am your buddy. Now let's get started. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of June 17, 2024 are here. Fans can expect Tucker McCall, Trevor St. John, to face a medical emergency after he collapses. Meanwhile, Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, is acting tough but could feel guilty. Plus, Johnny Abbott, Paxton Mishkind, and Katie Newman, Sienna Mercury, meet Claire Grace, Haley Aaron. Keep reading to find out what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Tucker McCall's medical emergency. YNR spoilers for the week of June 17 reveal that Tucker will continue having a health crisis. Tucker collapsed just as the meeting with Audra was getting started. Of course, when Tucker collapsed, his assistant called for medical help. Audra reacted by running over to the hotel room to accuse Tucker of faking it. YNR spoilers, Audra Charles's guilt. Even though Audra is acting tough, it's clear she's starting to have second thoughts about her scheme. Audra keeps flashing back to conversations with Tucker. Audra has to physically shake herself to keep her eye on the prize. So, will Audra feel guilty if Tucker's health problems are due to her? Or could this all be an elaborate performance by Tucker to stop Audra from taking Glissade? The Young and the Restless spoilers, Johnny Abbott and Katie Newman return. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of June 17 reveal that a preview clip shows Johnny and Katie coming back to Genoa City. Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, looks optimistic as she gently pushes her young children toward Claire. Now, Claire's eyes are as big as saucers and appear to be welling up with tears. However, Johnny and Katie don't seem as enthusiastic as Claire. Maybe there is a reason why Victoria knew she couldn't go back to work yet. Perhaps Victoria already knows there are going to be issues with the new family addition. YNR spoilers, week of June 17, 2024. It will be Nick Newman's, Joshua Morrow, 30th anniversary on the soap. So, there will be a special episode featuring Nick, Sharon Newman-Rosales, Sharon Case, Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, and Faith Newman, Raylynn Castor. The preview clip shows Faith telling Nick and Sharon's love story. Nick is surprised, but Sharon doesn't even bat an eye. So, this is clearly a dream sequence. Perhaps Nick will reunite with Sharon? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of June 17, 2024? What are your predictions for Nick, Sharon, Faith, Tessa, and Mariah? What does the future hold for Claire, Johnny, Katie, Victoria, and the other residents of Genoa City? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The sun cast a warm glow over Genoa City, but for the residents of this tight-knit community, dark clouds loomed on the horizon. In the luxurious penthouse of the Newman Towers, Ashley Abbott paced back and forth, her mind racing with worry. Tucker McCall, the enigmatic mogul who had long been the subject of her heart's turmoil, lay in a hospital bed, fighting for his life. The crisis had struck suddenly. Tucker had collapsed at the Genoa City Athletic Club, clutching his chest. Paramedics had rushed him to the hospital, where Dr. Nate Hastings and his team worked tirelessly to stabilize him. Now, as the hours ticked by, Ashley's anxiety only grew. She thought back to their tumultuous relationship, the highs and lows, and realized how deeply she still cared for him. Meanwhile, in the sleek offices of Newman Enterprises, Audra Charles sat at her desk, her usually confident demeanor shattered. She replayed the events of the past few days in her mind. She had been pushing him hard, leveraging their complicated past to gain the upper hand in negotiations. The weight of her actions now felt unbearable. As the news of Tucker's condition spread, Audra found herself grappling with an intense internal conflict. She had always been driven by ambition, willing to do whatever it took to succeed. But this time, she had crossed a line. The fallout from Tucker's medical crisis threatened not only her career but also her already fragile conscience. Over at the Chancellor Mansion, Johnny Abbott and his younger sister Katie were in for a surprise. Their father, Billy Abbott, had decided it was time for them to meet someone special. Claire, a bright and cheerful young woman with a connection to their mother, Victoria, was visiting Genoa City. Billy hoped that introducing Claire to Johnny and Katie would help mend some of the family's old wounds and bring a sense of normalcy back to their lives. Johnny and Katie were both curious and apprehensive about meeting Claire. They had heard stories about her from their parents, but seeing her in person was a different experience altogether. Claire's arrival brought a sense of excitement and nervousness, as the children wondered how she would fit into their already complex family dynamic. As Claire walked into the Chancellor Mansion, she was greeted with warm smiles and cautious glances. Johnny, ever the protective older brother, was the first to break the ice. "Hi, Claire. I've heard a lot about you," he said, extending his hand. Claire shook it, her eyes twinkling with warmth. "It's great to finally meet you, Johnny. And you too, Katie," she added, turning to the younger girl who had been hiding behind her father. Katie stepped forward shyly, her curiosity overcoming her initial hesitation. "Do you really know Mommy?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Claire nodded, her smile gentle. "Yes, Katie, I do. Your mom and I go way back. We've had some wonderful times together." The ice broken, the children quickly warmed up to Claire. They spent the afternoon exploring the mansion's sprawling gardens, with Claire sharing stories about their mother's adventurous spirit. For Johnny and Katie, meeting Claire was a breath of fresh air, a chance to connect with a part of their family's history they had only heard about in passing. Back at the hospital, the atmosphere was tense. Ashley had been joined by her brother, Jack Abbott, who tried to reassure her. "Tucker's strong, Ash. He'll pull through this," Jack said, his tone firm. But Ashley couldn't shake the feeling of dread that had settled in her chest. Dr. Nate Hastings finally emerged from Tucker's room, his expression grave. "Tucker's stable for now, but it was a close call," he informed them. "He suffered a severe heart attack, likely brought on by stress. We'll need to monitor him closely and make some lifestyle changes if he's going to recover fully." Ashley's relief was palpable, but the worry lingered. She knew that Tucker's condition was precarious and that his recovery would be a long and challenging road. As she sat by his bedside, she silently vowed to be there for him, no matter what it took. At Newman Enterprises, Audra was still wrestling with her guilt. She confided in Victoria Newman, hoping for some guidance. "I pushed Tucker too hard, Victoria. I didn't mean for this to happen," Audra admitted, her voice shaking. Victoria, though stern, offered a surprising note of compassion. "We all make mistakes, Audra. The important thing is to learn from them and make amends where we can. Tucker's recovery will be difficult, but maybe this is a chance for you to reflect on your actions and change your approach."